Welcome back to the Bolden Stadium, where we're getting ready for another game in this pulsating 2025 CFU U14 Challenge Series for girls. And up next, Bermuda against Jamaica. And this, of course, is a Tier 1 Group B encounter. And it's coming up next. And again, our coverage is with the kind compliments of the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association. Flo, our media partner, carrying our images all around the world. And the CFU, their Under 14 Challenge Series is the issue. And of course, they're partnered by FIFA in their Women's Development Program.
It's not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Looking to put your brand?
We are standing by. The teams are set to take to the field in a short as they get ready to do battle in this encounter. Again, our congratulations to Anguilla, back-to-back wins. This is the rundown for Bermuda and Jamaica. Kyra Simmons, number 12, Avery Taylor, Kiana Simmons, Leanne Williams, Philippa Marias Duarte, Nadia Medeiros, Mia Del Ponte, Priya Dill, Devi Samuels, Marabella Lohan, and Mela Wolf Rutherford. Jamaica will be Michaela Banton in goal. Brady Davis is their captain. Brooklyn Grant, Carissa Salmon, Tiana Grant, Alicia Dunn, Chanel Walters, Talicia Anderson, Decolette Prendergrass, Amora Rowe, and Kai Phillips. We're just standing by for the arrival of the teams as they get ready to take to the field. As they no doubt get ready to do battle here in what is expected to be a crucial game for both of these teams as they look to bolster their positions on the table or enhance it in any way possible, and that is always done when you can score goals, and that is the most important thing. So we're getting ready for the fourth and final game for today, and that is of course Jamaica and Bermuda. Here they come.
The national teams of Bermuda and Jamaica. strides for the national anthem of Bermuda, followed by the national anthem of Jamaica.
So they have the national anthems of the two teams as they get ready to do battle here. And those are the officials: Cecile Hines, your referee, Abigail Brathwaite. Toshika Brown is the second assistant. The fourth official is Kimoya Jacobs. Rudy Richardson is the match commissioner. Sharon O'Brien is the delegate. And of course, the referee assessor is Natasha Lewis. So the teams are getting ready to take their official photos. A good opportunity for them, a good keepsake for them as well. So I'm sure they'll be happy looking at that sometime in the future, probably in an album somewhere, in some cloud someplace where they could retrieve it in time. And really a keepsake for them and their parents, their family at all times. And of course, all the teams really look forward to this occasion and this opportunity now. So the Jamaicans in a big huddle.
19, Mela Wolf Rutherford.
And Bradley Davis is their captain, and Avery Taylor is her opposite number.
In goal, number 1.
They are being spoken to by Cecile Hines, and before too long, here's the toss, and before too long, we will be on our way. Bermuda called correctly, and they, of course,
11, Chanel Walters. 12, Felicia Anderson.
look like they are going to stay in their respective positions or on the sides, and they exchange their little tokens, and pretty soon we should be on our way in this one. So you see both teams there just trying to get hyped, but if you can't get hyped for a national game, then you can't get hyped for anything, because you don't even need any motivation to play a game like this. You want to play for your national team at all times. Sometimes even when you're injured, you still want to play. Or when you're hurt, I should always say that you can play hurt, you can't play injured. And when you're injured, you really damage yourself even more, and also possibly hurt your team's chances. But here we go. this is the last game of the day. It's been a long day for all of us. And this is game number 4. It's Bermuda against Jamaica. And plenty to discuss, I'm sure, over time. But more and more as you see it, you realize that pretty soon, as they say, you get the separation that the better teams will start putting some distance between themselves and the others. We saw that today with Puerto Rico over Martinique, 6-0. And, it will just keep going like that. Guyana over Antigua. And so you're just starting to see the better teams starting to make their intentions very clear indeed. So here we go. That is the whistle to send us on to Bermuda in their pink outfit. We'll start proceedings. And try their best to see if they can pull off an upset here against Jamaica. Jamaica trying to build quickly down that left-hand side. Phillips. And also Pendergrass. So nice ball played forward there, but quickly off her line is the goalkeeper Simmons. It would be interesting to see how well the Jamaicans, how quickly they can settle. And there's a good ball played forward, but once again, Simmons is very alert, and she will have to be, because the Jamaican front runners are not going to allow her too many luxuries. Ball again played into the heart of the defense and picked up nicely. They're trying to build it from the back, and but they lose possession. And now a chance here. She just turned back into the traffic, and that's a good ball. This could be a long chase. The goalkeeper though is alert, and she touches it outside the area. So that is going to be a free kick just outside here. She probably would have been better off just clearing it with her boot, but she opted to stop it with her hands, and she has conceded a free kick. So Salmon is back there. Also Pendergrass is back there. Jamaica trying to sort themselves out here now. Who has whom? This is not going to be easy for them. Here is the free kick. That's to the back post, but beyond everybody. And no problems there in the end for Michaela Banton. So again, they're trying to, just to say Pendergrass. She almost loses the handle there. Has to be careful. And just don't give the ball away in those up positions where the Jamaicans, the speedy Jamaicans, are just going to run at you all day. And so Jamaica trying to settle. And Bermuda hoping that they don't, certainly not as easily as they would like. And certainly to make life very interesting. She has a cross ball beyond everybody. The goalkeeper is coming, but she's in no man's land. She did the smart thing though. Once she realized she couldn't get to it, she opted to hold her position. That's a tough ball. And but the skipper is able to pick it up. Here is Rowe now, and trying to get it forward. And another ball played in there, but again, the Bermudans just doing enough to keep things honest. And that's a good ball, but too straight. And they're just not able to keep it away because you see in Taylor there trying her best to just get behind the defense. So Pendergast is going to take this one as she knifes away forward. Here's the ball going towards goal, but it's way off target. So no problems there. Another ball played upfield as they both running, trying to get to it quickly. Davis trying to hold her own there, but Pendergast gets rid of it quickly. That's a great ball in behind the defense, and just getting a touch on it just to take it away from Walters. She's still battling there. Walters turning, twisting, and has a defender in a knot there and goes past one, still going, but then loses it slightly and is now being pushed back. And she does well. Phillips now gets it across there to her skipper Davis. Davis pointing to get it further wide. Salmon now decides she's going to go all the way across. They're keeping good possession. Grant down the right hand side they come. When is the cross going to come? At least not initially. And then there's a miscue there. And here comes Bermuda now, but again doing very well just to disrupt the play and deny them space. Anderson. So good bright start. Coach obviously anxious. She would love to get an opening goal here. And another ball allowed to bounce close to the area, and eventually it's cleared away. Turning nicely now. Can she get something? She's knifing away forward, and that's a tough ball. She probably could have played the same ball, but to the left, because she did have a teammate unmarked streaming forward. That's a brilliant ball. Here goes Walters again, cutting inside, probably cut too far, too sharply. She ran straight into the defender who was standing there waiting, Lohan, and chance lost. But certainly an energetic start. But Jamaica just seeing a little more of the ball, and it's just that their defenders sometimes show too much of it. Like in this case here, that ball was just given right back to them. And you don't want to give up those opportunities. Once you get the ball, you try to hold on to it. And Bermuda really trying their best here now, looking to get off to a winning start. So these two teams hoping that Lady Luck smiles on them and that they can, as they say, weather the storm. And that's a foul throw. It's much too close. Sometimes your teammate has to help you with that. The spacing sometimes is the issue here. So Jamaica just starting to find the range, their passes, just connecting a little bit better. Phillips. And Walters just not happy with that. And the ball just bouncing around there. Medeiros can't keep it in, but here comes Jamaica now, and a little bad miss there, but someone is there to tidy up for them. And again, but she's wrestled, and the ball is taking her. Someone again trying her best to get it upfield. She and Brooklyn Grant working in tandem over on that side. That's a nice little flick. And they're on the march again down that right hand side. Nice little skip over one way then the next, but look at the recovery to take it away. So Jamaica trying to see ticket. Rowe has drifted over to that side. And looking to Davis inching up in the middle of the park. She, of course, would love to get close to goal so she could probably get off a shot or two. And again, Grant under pressure constantly, but that's a free kick coming from behind. So Wolf Rutherford, one of the front runners for Bermuda, hasn't really seen much of the ball just yet. And just a bad miss kick in the area, and she goes down, but they're able to come away with it. But only just. Pass is a tight one though, because she puts her teammate in trouble again. Williams not able to get rid of it. And so her teammate, in passing the ball back to her that close, the same defender that was marking her can easily switch off and mark her. So Duarte has to be mindful of that, and the spacing has to be a little bit better. So it all goes to naught as the whistle blows. So no goals yet, 11 minutes gone. So far so good for Bermuda, as they are hoping to start their campaign on a high. A result in this game would be the ideal tonic for them, but that's easier said than done with Jamaica looking to do a similar thing as one of the favorites. Remember, Puerto Rico are the ones who, there's another long ball, but that's a tough ask. The goalkeeper is right there. Banton, Michaelia Banton. Thought about it, then she decided Pendergast is a better option. Pendergast looking up now, trying to get something going in that direction. Phillips. Here again, Jamaica threatening, but good recovery once more. Coming all the way back, Taylor to help out. And eventually it's taken over the line, and Samuel's also chipping in here. So Bermuda bending but not breaking at the back, which is good to see, making life as difficult as possible for their opponents. And Dill also getting involved down on this left-hand side, their right-hand side. But it's a throw-in, and it's going to be Phillips who throws it in, but immediately it's taken away. And just bubbling the ball at the back. Phillips again, and losing out. But where is the cover, or where's the support? She almost has to try to run with it by herself. Ruled off the ball by Anderson. Gets it back and plays a lovely little ball down this left-hand side to Walters. Walters again knifing forward, but obviously would want that back. Just a little too strong, that push. Again, good anticipation. Come in for the early ball and played into space. See them trying to use the extremities of the field as much as possible to bypass the midfield. And Jamaica, meanwhile, not afraid to push it in the mire in the middle of the park, Pendergast. And there's a case in point. But that's a long ball, but the risk of that hitting the target is so much small, so much higher, I should say, the risk. And the percentages are against you most times. So you're probably better off just rolling it around the sides of the field or rolling it around the back and then let them get it upfield for you. But when you try to hit that long diagonal ball across field, you're asking for trouble most times. Sometimes the wind can take it and do all sorts of things with it. Jamaica still just starting to settle now, looking to get something going towards goal, and eventually when the cross comes, it goes away. Davis turning, twisting, decides to take the safe route, and here they come, scampering away now. This is Grant going down that right hand side, and there you see the Bermudan supporters anxious. A lot of parents, it looks like. They are supporting their girls. And that's a lovely little turn onto the left foot now. What does she have? She has to give it up as the ball is pushed away quickly. Anderson goes to the return. And then another ball played in her direction is way too strong. But she might still keep it in. And here she comes again. Anderson gets it across. But easily dealt with. And you could see both teams keen to get something going. They want to see their girls do well. Ball picked up at the back. Pendergast decides she's going to go all the way back. And when you see Pendergast out of Jamaica, you think of the former official. And you wonder if there is any relation. But here is good work on the part of Grant, Brooklyn Grant, but too strong on that occasion. So just a little miscommunication. Bermuda, and they sensed the trap being set there by Jamaica, so instead of trying to play it out of the back, they go for the long ball to bypass midfield. And unfortunately, Menderes not able to control it, but Pendergast, though, seeing a lot of the balls early on. 17 minutes gone in this game, and a nice little turnover on that far side, Duarte. And eventually brought down. Quick, she has quick feet. And when they touch the ball, sometimes as a defender you think you could get it, but then because the feet are moving so fast, sometimes you misjudge the distance and the timing is off because the ball moves so quickly. Here's one played into trying to get it into the area, but it never gets there, and it's eventually taken away. Now, Jamaica sprinting forward now. They have numbers, but that's good football against Alicia Dunn trying to get cracking. She's been out of the game slightly. She wants to get something going, but not having much luck, not just yet anyway. And ball played in field now. They in the center circle, just in the opponent's half. And just good patience being shown by Jamaica. Here is the cross, not a bad one, and just allowed to bounce in the area. And this is where they could have problems. And the shot eventually is blocked. Dunn trying her luck. And this one played on the wrong side of the attacker, but she does very well in the end, Wolf Rutherford, to get control of it, and now they give it right back. So Jamaica now, and they return the favor slightly, and easy call for the referee. They're just a little over anxious, and switching sides is Walters. It's a nice little turn, but again, here comes Bermuda now. They have a fair sense of where they want to go, but they don't have the speed. The Jamaicans are bigger, quicker, and stronger. So they have to be a little more clinical, a little more accurate with their passes, and be first to the ball most times. And still, she's trying to get in there. 3 green shirts around her, and before too long they're able to snuff it out. There is the Bermuda bench looking on intently, probably anxious to get their chance on the field. So the referee just directing her where exactly she would like the throw to be taken from. Throw taken, but again, the Jamaicans moving quickly into position. That's a good ball, and that's even better now. Keeping possession, and then they give it away. That attempted cross, not a particularly good one, and they eventually lose out. But once again, that control there, because that's where the win it back trap is set, right at the half line. But the ball just keeps bouncing off, and they can't actually get control of it. And Jamaica, they retain possession, trying to get them to Phillips. Back it goes, in the middle it goes to Dunn. Dunn slips it there. Captain Davis picks it up, and she decides to kill it a little bit. Pendergast. No, she plays a cross ball. That's much better. Chances of that reaching are so much better. Grant. And again, just bubbles up a little bit. And Grant gets it back. And what do you know? Bermuda gets the ball now, but they too have to get something going quickly. Here is Wolf Rutherford. And the Pendergast, sensing danger, decides safety first is a better option. So 22 minutes gone in this encounter. Just about 13 minutes left in this first half, plus whatever stoppage time the referee Cecile Hines decide is necessary. And again, the ball is not well weighted, and taking it back, then she gives it right back. So both teams guilty of probably just losing possession at critical times. And here is another case in point. So Tiana Grant also trying to get involved, and the coach asking them to spread it out instead of trying to play it in the middle all the time. Use the extremities of the field as far as possible. But the key though is they have to have front runners who understand what that rule is. In the meantime, back it goes to goalkeeper Simmons. She plays the ball in the middle, and then it's deflected out. So no goals yet in this encounter. Kiana Simmons with the throw to get things started. Again, miscommunication there. Slips it back inside. Grant back it goes to Davis. Davis getting into a little bit of a knot there with her teammate. They just didn't work it out properly, Phillips. That's a good ball inside there. The heads go up. And still, they can't get it out. But now it's cleared. That's a good clearance because it's well inside the Bermuda half. And still good control. Now can they play the ball into the space? It is, but it's much too close. And now Jamaica coming forward. Bermuda just backing off a little bit, giving them time and space. This could be dangerous here now. Where is the cross? And it's a shot on goal. And nicely saved in the end by Simmons, Kyra Simmons. She's not the biggest, but she's proven to be very agile in goal. Not the strongest kicker either. That one is coming back at her. And even more telling is a free kick from a decent distance out, as we see Anderson going tumbling over. So now a chance here. Can they really make this one count? Prendergast, who is getting ready to strike this one. Nicolette Prendergast. I'm probably thinking she could go home with this. In fact, I think they will encourage her to try her luck from distance. Hit it on frame and see what happens. She just waits there as the referee sorts out the distance. And now here we go. Unmarked at the back post though. That's dangerous for Bermuda. Here's the shot on frame. And again, goalkeeper Simmons. For a moment there, she looked like she was in trouble. But then she was able to recover quickly. Much better clearance this time. And able to really fight off the challenge. So Bermuda still battling. Not giving up just yet, but that's good work. And now they have possession once more. Trying to come forward with it. The ball again just bounces up the Duarte. Turning down that. She's very light. She's quick, but she's light. And she's being manhandled at times by the stronger, physically bigger Jamaicans. So the ball thrown in, and back it goes to the goalkeeper, and she decides she wants to keep possession. That's good football from Bermuda, but that is where the problem is. The trap is set, and the press is not all-out press, but it's a kind of delayed press, and they have up their markers. That's one played behind the backs of the defense and behind the forwards. And so it's an easy take, and but clumsily trying to dribble her way out of that part of the field, which is dangerous, but luckily it goes out for a throw-in. So 28 minutes gone. Nice cool conditions prevailing here at the Bolden Stadium. This is the fourth game for today at this ground, and thankfully there was no rain. And so the field looks in pristine condition still. And hopefully it stays that way for the duration of the tournament. And just trying to get around the ball as opposed to playing it early o'clock. And just losing their handle on it. That, of course, was Medeiros. And good ball played back inside. Salmon plays an early ball. The goalkeeper is in no man's land. She chips it. It could be on frame. but it's allowed to run right across the face of the goal, just getting a touch onto it. There was Rowe, but she misses the target. Again, good position of the body, got under it, saw the goalkeeper coming, and tried to chip just to lob it over the keeper's head. Got it over, but she also got it wide of the frame, and this young lady must be thanking her lucky stars there, because she got beaten with that one. And there's a ball played up, and now again just on that half line. That's where Bermuda having their problems. They can't get it into the Jamaican half that easily. Good football again now, turning away, done. Goes past another one, tries to play one with the outside of the boot, and then a little bit of a mix-up at the back there, but it's eventually cleared away. So Jamaica with a corner, done to deliver. Can they make this count? Here it comes, nice ball floated in, and just to the D, but nobody could get their hands on it. This time it's a shot coming in there from Grant, Brooklyn Grant, but not well directed and certainly not on frame. So we into the last 5 minutes of this first half, still scoreless, and Bermuda holding their own here. They've had their issues, but Jamaica nearly been able to break them down totally. And there's another one played upfield, but again it's won back by the Jamaicans, who are just sitting there waiting for scraps. Davis plays it forward, gets a chance. Prendergast running, looking for some room. Back it goes to Davis. Davis plays it wide. Dunn is out there, but she can't get to it. Alicia Dunn. So we're into the 32nd minute of play. A throw into Bermuda. Simmons with the throw. And that's dangerous because they're just knocking it in their own defensive third, and it's given away. And now Jamaica trying. Davis looking to do something with it. They have to bring it back. Prendergast plays it over on that far side where there is some movement. Grant is out there, Brooklyn Grant, turning one way, then the next, but then finds that he has two pink shirts to contend with, or she has two pink shirts to contend with, and then it's just taken away and played into touch. So 0-0, the scoreline here. Jamaica probing, but so far nothing to show for their efforts. But that could change any minute now. Let's see if they get one before the half. A throw in, a little bit casual. The referee could have easily blown for a foul throw. Instead, she blows for a throw to Bermuda as they try to bring it around now. And Czech decides against bringing it around, and now they are running with it. That's not a good ball, but it might work for them. That's good play. But again, the lack of speed telling here, because quickly comes across Prendergast to win it back. And Dunn trying a little bit of trickery there, but she loses out. Smart or hip to the trick is Medeiros, and she is knifing away forward, but once more trying their best to get Duarte started over on that side. It goes to Norts, and Williams is beaten, and that's a good ball in because you could see Rowe just lurking there, and again. And they really haven't been able to get the ball out as freely or as easily as they would like. And a couple nibbles at the feet there, pulled up by the referee. So we enter the 34th minute of this 35-minute first half. So can Bermuda hold sway here? They're flirting with danger by dribbling the ball around at the back. So they're probably better off just getting it to the flanks of the field rather than down the middle, because Jamaica just sitting there and will gobble that up. Here they go again. And that is better, because out there, it's your teammate has a chance. If you put it in the middle and then there are a bunch of green shirts there, it's very, very minuscule that you will get a lot of possession. So Bermuda doing the smart thing. You can see the coach asking them to spread it out. In a sense, you could bypass midfield that way, but then get them involved with them facing the goal. Here's a lovely little turn, but she loses the handle on it. So it was working to perfection for Bermuda. Now the early ball is way too strong, and it goes behind. So now turning, twisting, looking for something, decides to hold on to it down that left-hand side. Williams plays a ball inside, but again, Duarte a little bit late in getting there. So 35 minutes gone. And how much time added on we will have in this first half? And the referee has decided none. So that's the end of the first half of this encounter. Bermuda doing their bit to stay alive here, keeping Jamaica at bay. And at the end of the first 35 minutes in the first half, it is Bermuda 0, Jamaica 0.
Ready now. Ready now. Ready now. Who kick it down? Who left the train? Caribbean girls, they never give up. Kick it like a champion, girl, rise up from the sunshine shows. We light it up. The dreams in our hearts and strength in our souls. We kick it like a champion. We run the world.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Okay, as we get ready for second half action here, remember it's still goalless between Bermuda and Jamaica. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors for making it possible. The TTFA, Flow, our carrier who transmitting all our signals to the world. The CFU, under whose auspices this tournament is being held. And, of course, with assistance and in collaboration with FIFA, and who's partnering us with their Women's Development Program. So thank them all. Here we go. Second half action now. This is our fourth game for the day. And 35 minutes or so left in this one. But these two teams, of course, will feel that they have something to settle here, especially Jamaica. They've been probing, but not been able to really get anything significant done thus far. And so a quick substitution there for Bermuda. Langley is on. So here we go again. Can she get control? Ball, it's just a little too short sometimes inside it. They need to sort out where they want to go. Here's Langley, who's just come on, trying to get involved, get into the thick of things. And then her pass is an errant one. So Jamaica now trying to see if they can take advantage of these sort of giveaways here. Two Jamaican players battling, and then a late decision to give up on it and leave it. It turns out okay, as Walters was able to control it in the end and get a corner out of it. Rowe was also there, but Rowe left it. She kind of bailed out pretty late. And so now it's going to be Walters who's going to provide the cross. And it's just played into the area. And just the ball just kind of ping-pongs around in the area, but eventually it's cleared away. And here's someone now trying to get it back into the Bermuda half. And that's a great ball into the space there. The goalkeeper is out of her goal. She's thinking of getting there, but eventually it's just teed up. And good composure now from Bermuda. But again, they're only getting it just into that middle third, but not much further than that. And Jamaica just kind of bringing it back. So you think sooner or later they will get one right, Jamaica. And not on that occasion. But they have their markers set up at the field. You know where exactly they want to kind of just sag just enough. Here we go again. There's a shot on goal. Not a bad idea. You could see what she was thinking there, Rue. Trying to get under it and try and trip the goalkeeper, who's not the tallest, Kyra Simmons. But off target. So still goalless, Simmons. Thinking of hitting it long. She doesn't have a big kick. And you see why. So sometimes she tends to throw the ball out with good reason. She's not the strongest kicker. And here's Duarte running away from the ball. And luckily for her, and Langley, who just came on, is able to get it upfield. But Jamaica careless here. And they return the favor. Grant now. Brooklyn Grant. Plays a nice little ball down the flanks of the field. Running in there again is Walters, but robbed of it. And now she is in some pain. Bermuda, though, looking a little better organized, but they still have work to do at the back. And in that transition, because when they transition, they're so thin up on top that invariably they give the ball right back to the Jamaicans. So there is Bermuda, and we see the youngster on the bench there with the ice pack on. And so Langley now beaten. That's a great ball in, and there's danger here. If she could only get the pass out, can she get the shot off? And to no avail. There is no venom in that shot at all. Ball thrown in quickly, but again, they're flirting with danger, and luckily they're able to get this one away. Still battling for it, and Duarte does well. Gets the return ball and looking to play a nice ball forward. That's pretty good so far, and a nice little clip there, but the Ponte was upended after the dribble, so it's going to be a free kick to Bermuda. So they're showing glimpses here, showing some life as they start to come into their own here. Jamaica has to be careful. You don't want to go behind in this game, and that was Brooklyn Grant being spoken to by the referee. And it's going to be Samuels to get this one in. That first touch is a heavy one, and a bit of miscommunication there to get the ball forward. Jamaica, and that's careless again. It almost was called a foul through. In fact, it should have been called a foul through, but it wasn't. No. And trying to turn again, and falls down Rutherford. And that's a good attempt at a cross ball, but changing the focus quickly onto it, though, is done. So they try to build from the back again. Salmon is back there. She's waiting on it, and but they bypass Salmon and they come all the way over on the near side to Grant. Grant plays it up, but immediately it's tackled. Walters can't turn, and Langley, who just came on, is seeing quite a bit of play, and Jamaica have decided enough is enough. And so they have done with Walters. And coming on is Clark. And they have also gone away, but here quickly Clark goes scampering forward, still going, and not able to finish it off. And Dunn is also substituted, and coming on in her place is Lewis. Hey, it's not me, that's the people's name, so it can't be Lewis and Clark. So in tandem, they're like Superman. And here they come now, but cleared away. Bermuda just doing enough to keep the Jamaican forwards honest, and every so often they're able to take the ball away from them. And you can see the coach probably just barking instructions there, trying to get her team settled. Ball thrown in and played right back inside. Here is Clark, who's just come on. Clark battling hard, and she and Langley knotted up again. Langley is not afraid to dish out punishment. She's just been on the field for a couple of minutes, but she's certainly mixing it up. So now a chance here for Brooklyn Grant to get this one into the area. They have to be careful here, Bermuda. This is close, but that's a poor kick. In fact, it was just headed against the post. And for a moment, it looked like it was going out, but it probably just held its own. And off the top of the head and into the post. So let's see if she could do it a little bit better this time. Grant looking around and decide. Here is the kick, a deep one, and headed away, but still in the area. And both players get their feet up and bodies all over the place, but the referee says play on. And so far, so good for Bermuda. They get this one back deep into Jamaica half. Salmon has it. She's looking for some movement. Plays it, but that's a bad ball. She was trying to get it back to Grant. And it was a real 50-50 ball. Duarte was right there. She almost intercepted it. Langley decided that she's going to throw it in, and again, it's just bouncing around there. It's a good ball down to the extremities of the field, and good decision to just let it run. And so they've decided that they were going to Duarte. Her touch is not a good one, her first touch. And now they're starting to move with it. What does she have down that right-hand side? It has to go long, and it's a good ball, but probably a little too straight. And right in the frame there was Prendergast again. Ball taken away now, but every time they try to run with it, it somehow it gets bottled up and it's taken away. Anderson and company, can they do something now? Ball played inside, nice control. Clark again. Here's the shot coming, but again, easily in behind it. Kyra Simmons, a good positional sense. She's not the biggest, and she doesn't have a big kick, but that's good enough. That will do. She gets it towards the half line. And once again, Jamaica with loads of possession here, but very few goal-mouth skirmishes. And she runs right, Prendergast runs right into Langley, or to Lashley, and Lashley actually is Langley. So now we have the change. The Jamaicans decided that Anderson is going to come off, and in her place, Dixon, Jeroni Dixon is on. Jamaica again fighting down this right-hand side here. Clark. But it's going to be Bermuda's ball, says the referee. Throwing in quickly to Duarte. Can she get it upfield? Still going. That's a good ball, but again, it's too straight. And she doesn't give her teammate Rutherford much to work with there. Again, the ball just played back and forth. And just Rutherford just trying to get a boot in there. And now good control. The Lewis, who just came on, plays, or Dixon rather, who just came on, plays it wide. They have numbers up there. Here's a shot coming. That's a good effort. And tipped over the bar. Brilliantly done by Simmons. Kyra Simmons was backpedaling there, but she did very well and just got up in time and pushed it over the bar. Competently done. Again, a good effort from Davis. Is it going to be one of those days when no matter how hard you try, you just can't get that breakthrough? But Jamaica still pressing, and they have a chance at a corner here again. So the pressure is still on. Bermuda not out of the woods just yet. And a lot of jostling in the area gets the referee's attention. So she's trying to get everybody to just simmer down. So now here is the kick, and it's not the best effort there. That curls away Lewis and goes behind. So pressure relief for Bermuda. 48 minutes gone now. So they will be anxious to keep a clean sheet here. And they're going for the return ball, but that ball really should be going towards the flanks of the field. And even though the player inside appeared to be open, you want to spread them out as much as possible. Duarte plays the ball in, Rutherford trying her best there, but knifing away forward. That's a great ball, and the goalkeeper decides she's going to stay, but can she get the cross in? And right there, standing tall and getting it out, and that's better, even if it goes out of play, but at least she's putting it to the flanks of the field where there isn't that much by way of traffic. So number 5 makes her way on, and Menderes is out. And also waiting to come on is number 10. So she will come on and replace the Ponte. So number 10, Alva Tucker, is on, as is the number 5, Shah, Annabelle Shah. So those are the 2 quick changes there. And so now, do they still have that shape with the numbers behind? And it's a foul through. And a similar scenario there. So I think the referee has had enough. She's given them a bly earlier, but now she's calling it and hoping that they will tighten up. Phillips still battling out there now. Clark, who's come on and put some real energy in proceedings here. And having to turn backwards there, Phillips does well though. Get this ball over on this near side here. Grant is scampering down there, but look at the block again from Langley, just getting a body in the way and keeping them out. It's been that kind of a day. 50 minutes gone now, so we're inside the last 20 minutes of this encounter. Jamaica being denied by Bermuda. Bermuda, though, not really threatening. And then they give this one away, but still trying her best there. And really overplaying on that occasion. That is not the part of the field, Lohan, to get careless or try to get cute. And the Jamaica bench a little bit concerned because they know that they should have been well ahead by this stage. But that was the expectation coming in. That's not the reality for them. And here's another one played up, but again, Rutherford not able to control the ball, and as a result, it's just coming back at them. Can she keep it? Plays a nice ball. Now they need to play the ball forward. She didn't need to run with it. That needed a touch down the line, and but again, not seeing the play the first time. That really needed a roll. Duarte just to roll it upfield and create problems. Just give her teammates a chance and don't allow the ball to stick up under your foot or stay in your half of the field unnecessarily. Just play it down to the flanks of the field if that's what is on, and don't be afraid to play it. Opportunity now to get it, and this is going to be a little bit of a foot race here, but it should be able, Phillips should be able to keep it, and just not able to keep it in though. Just at the depth there, she just came on Shaw. So goalless, the score so far, the score line in this one, so it's just as we started, and real frustration for Jamaica. Here's Salmon looking up for something, decide to go to the left, and not for the first time. The ball is a kind of a 50-50 ball, and well, don't always blame the passer. Sometimes it's the position that the receiver assumes on the field. Sometimes they just go behind the backs of the defender, and that causes the problem. So Rowe is coming off, and also coming off, it looks like This stage, they taking off the skipper. Davis is also off. And again, the ball is not a good one. And there is an opportunity for them to come away with it, but the free kick is given. Shah, who was really trying to scamper forward there quickly. Not able to do anything with that. But it's a free kick to Bermuda. Still no goals in this encounter. And the ball again just being allowed to run. That's good football. Lovely turn. And just turning back with it. Where is the release? And she runs into problems there, trying to dribble. Now a chance here. Open eyes and free as a bird. Tries to return the favor. And almost lost out. Still, Jamaica skipping challenges. And then eventually the ball is played over there. Lewis, can she get there first? And she does get it over. Then she toe pokes it into the area. But that is cleared away nicely in the end there. So Prendergast decides she's going to leave it. And it's played out there to Phillips. Down that left-hand side, they want to focus. And a big battle going on there. Clark once again gets it back. That's good football. Jamaica prowling. Lovely work here. Back in the middle it come here. Prendergast. But again, just getting herself into a bit of a knot. Has a shot, takes a deflection and scores! So finally the deadlock is broken. And it's the deflection that did the trick for them. Really. That is what the goal needs. Here is Prendergast. She takes her aim, took a deflection, and the goalkeeper was going one way and then had to adjust to come back the other way. And Prendergast finally breaks the deadlock. You look at it again. She just got it away from one defender. And then the shot was on its way. Heartache for Bermuda. They battled long and hard. But Jamaica are the ones leading now after 56 minutes. So now, do they have another goal in them? Can Jamaica now not get careless? And Nicolette Prendergast. Jamaica now starting to move. Here they come again, looking for some advantage, but probably a little too physical on that occasion. And give Bermuda credit. They're hanging around. There's still just the one goal there. The problem for them is they haven't really tested Banton in goal much throughout the entire game. So not sure if they're ever going to do that. Again, another free kick, so they're coming thick and fast now. And of course, this is the period here where Jamaica might be thinking if they could tack on another one, an insurance, that will be ideal. Here is Ewing coming and taking it up. But again, the shot comes in. And easily handled by Simmons. And she has really had a good game in goal for Bermuda. But finally the deadlock has been broken. So it's 1-0, a 56-minute item by Nicolette Prendergast. And they took a shot from distance, but it also took a deflection to beat Kyra Simmons in goal. she's had a good game. But again, Bermuda has to be very, very alert here, because Jamaica could probably tack on another 2 or 3 in double quick time if they're not careful. And that's a careless ball. And looking for something now. And but Ken, don't give them. Here's the goal scorer going forward, and that's a free kick just at the edge of the penalty area. And it's going to be another opportunity for Jamaica. Who knows? Maybe Pendergrass will go home from here. She who was fouled, and so she could very well take the kick herself. But she seems to be walking away from it, so they may have a designated kicker. So let's see if they're able to fashion something here. They're going to hit it with the left foot now, and maybe curl it in towards the players who will be rushing. That's a nice gap between the goalkeeper and the line of defenders there, and that's the area that she would want to put it in. Or she could go straight to goal, you never know. Yeah, but this is too high. She got right under it, and really a wasted opportunity there for Jamaica. 60 minutes gone now, so we're inside the last 10. But that bench is breathing a lot easier now, and now everybody's checking their watches to see how much time is left, because they know this has been a much tougher game than they had bargained for. Bermuda doing their bit, but they have to be alert here now. Don't want to give away too many goals. But right now, Jamaica just threatening to blow the game wide open. So now, a chance here, but the goalkeeper may come thought about it, and she picks it up outside the area. And really, all she had to do was clear it with her feet, but she opted to pick up the ball, and that's a no-no, so that's a free kick there, and that's the second time she has done it, Michaela Banton. And that's a red card. Well, that's her second offense, picking up the ball outside the area. And she has to go. She did it once in the first half when she went sliding out of the area, and she stopped the ball instead of playing it with her feet. And here again, she was probably confused because everybody was probably shouting instructions at her, and she is in tears, because you never want to see that happen. So this is the second time that she has committed that offense in the game. So the referee has decided that she has to leave the field. Now, who is the reserve goalkeeper? And it looks as if that has gone to Grant. Brooklyn Grant has put on the gloves, but she will have to get a different shirt. I think that is, well, she can't wear the same number 1 that Banton was wearing. So I think she's going to have to get a different number shirt or a bib to put on. And there you see the coach being a coach and being a mother, everything to her, because now she recognizes the gravity of the mistake that she made. But this is not the time to penalize her. She was basically number 13 for it's number 7 for number 20. That's the substitution being made. Duarte is coming off for Bermuda. Number 20 is going on. The referee is, I'm not sure what is the hold-up. In fact, she's asking them to make the change now. And Tucker is coming on. So Tucker is off and also on. Looks like number 2. This is, well, she now has the captain's armband, and they're trying to sort it out here. Sawyers. So this is an opportunity here now, but going in the goal, it has to be said, is Brooklyn Grant. She's wearing number 13 as the reserve goalkeeper. Here's the free kick, and she takes it on her chest, not in the most competent of fashions, but she has done a job for her team, but they're not out of the woods as yet. This could be a real change in fortunes for Jamaica here as they try all out to deny Bermuda. And it's going to be Bermuda's ball. The referee says it is a free kick to Jamaica. So time ticking away here. And Bermuda. So the referee having a word with the coach, who's not happy, of course, Don Vickers. And that's a foul too, because that back foot is way off the ground there. That's the goal scorer, Prendergrass, with that throw-in. And the throw taken quickly, and now it's really about keeping the ball away. And look at how bad that back foot came right off the ground. And the referee correctly calls it. So Ewing leaves it for Langley. She tries to get it up there. First time. Here's Ewing again. Running with the ball, plays it in, chance to play it. That's a great ball, but it's going to be tough for her to get there. She does get there, and the ball somehow comes across the face of the goal, and it's picked up nicely by Grant, who's wearing the number 13 shirt at this stage. That's another ball trying to play into space. They get another chance to get it forward, but she has to be careful. Taken away from her now, sprinting into the area, and the ball is taken off her there. That was Campbell really rushing forward. But they're just giving it away. Bermuda, they have to figure out a way to build something. Here's Campbell, actually on this occasion, that is Rattery. Another opportunity for Jamaica here. They just seem to be getting closer and closer, and then all of a sudden it's taken away. And this time they have to fight for it, but they get it back. And that's a lovely ball. Play it down here. Down the right-hand side. Trying to get there, but Langley does well. Can she get it up? She does well, showing good patience. Ewing also gets it here to the substitute who has just come on, and Tucker. Welcome to proceedings. And Jamaica now does, as they say, pump up the volume. Now the tackles are coming thick and fast, and the referee wants a free kick. She said it's not a throw, but it's a free kick. So Ewing will finally get it in. And it gets it upfield, but two Jamaicans getting in each other's way. And now, can she keep it in? And she does well there, Tucker. But again, the Jamaicans are flying about the place now. And they get another opportunity here to run forward. Here goes Campbell again. Speedy, but runs into trouble. Actually, Rattray is the one who was trying to get forward on that occasion. Here is the ball played forward now. Opportunity here. Jamaica on the defensive now. They have to be very careful that they don't let in an equalizing goal at the death here. 69 minutes. We're in the 70th minute of play. And the referee's assistant will tell us how many added on minutes we will have at the end of this pulsating contest. So 3 minutes of added on time. So that's all Jamaica has to do. Keep the ball away for the next 3 minutes and don't give up anything silly. And they will be fine. It's a great ball played down the sides of the field, but again coming away with it and not really able to do much. Jamaica with a chance, but Langley is right there. She has been here, there, and everywhere since coming on. And a little infringement there, a little pull from Lewis. So can they get the ball up? Ewing wants to get it upfield quickly. And that's going to be a free kick. Should be a free kick to Jamaica. Yes, it is. That was Prendergrass was trying to head the ball, and a high boot got in the way. So that could be deflating for Bermuda, as it's going to tick. More time is going to tick off the clock. And so Prendergrass she's going to take her time before she gets this one back in play. In fact, she could play it back to the goalkeeper, who is Grant, who is very capable with her feet. That's not a bad ball at all. Into the area, Langlido is going to jockey it, or is she? She has decided to keep playing it, and they're just going to run it out. But really, it's about getting it upfield. These two haven't really sorted out. This could be dangerous here now. Here is Campbell, gets it inside. Rattray is in there, and still battling for it. And now a chance to get the ball down the sides of the field. That's not a bad ball, but just doesn't have the pace, Tucker, to catch up with it. And it will remain Jamaica's ball, as they more or less run out the 3 minutes so far. Let's see how much more time they have. And that's another foul through, because again the back foot is off the ground, and that's the second time in succession that Prendergrass has messed up the throw. But it's her goal that is separating the two teams right now. A brilliant effort. They did deflect, and that is what finally fooled Simmons. Kyra Simmons has had a monster game in goal for the Bermudans, but it may all go to naught. Ball thrown in again. Leslie trying her best to get it upfield. Now they're finally going to get something. No. Snuffed out by the defense. So time might have just run out on Bermuda. Jamaica just need to get it forward. They don't. And it's an opportunity now for Bermuda. But Jamaica coming forward again. Here is Campbell turning, twisting. Plays a nice little ball inside. Rattray can't control it, but they may still have possession. And Phillips was trying to knife her way through there, but stopped dead in her tracks. Here is a nice little ball played in there, and again trying to play the reverse ball, not able to do so. Chance to get it down the right hand side. That too is intercepted, and they will Clark again. Really, since she's come on, she's been fighting for everything, and there is the final whistle. So it's been a hard-fought victory for Jamaica 1-0 against a plucky Bermuda team. But it has to be said, Bermuda just didn't have the firepower in front of goal. And Jamaica, they kept probing, and until eventually they finally broke through with a 1-0 victory with Nicolette Pendergrass' long-distance shot proving to be the difference between the two teams. So the goalkeeper, Kyra Simmons, is the man of the match, and she really was brilliant throughout the day. She's a small figure, but big at heart. Hey, let's take a look at the highlights of this contest. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors for making it possible. It's been a long day. The TTFA, of course, Flow, the CFU, and of course FIFA, who's partnering with us. So here it is now. This was an opportunity early, and just that little chip ball, but it just went awry. That was Rowe trying her luck there. And then at the other end, the ball tipped over brilliantly. That's why she's the player of the match, Kyra Simmons. And Jamaica just kept going. That was another one that played into the area. Still, they kept coming, and this was her brilliant effort to push it over and to deny Jamaica to keep it at goalless. And you could just feel the frustration mounting, and this was the goal. It took a deflection, and that was the only way they were probably going to beat her, and because she seemed to have that covered as well. But the deflection just allowed it to loop enough and just get it past her. And this was a defining moment, a red card. That's the second time that Banton has picked up the ball outside the area, and the referee, with no choice but to issue the red card, and a heartache for the young lady. But it didn't matter in the end. They were able to hold on for a 1-0 victory over Bermuda. Okay, we're back here with Kyra Simmons. Congratulations on your Player of the Match award. How are you feeling?
Good. I'm very happy that I won it.
Well, you were brilliant in the goal today. You're surprised with yourself?
Yes, I actually am.
Why?
Because I did not know I could jump that high to get those saves.
Well, that's good, though, but you kept your team in the game with those saves, and for a moment there, you could see the frustrations mounting for Jamaica. The longer the game went on and the longer it stayed goalless, things were not looking too good for them until you were beaten by a deflected goal.
It's unfortunate that we got a deflected goal, but it was okay because we were able to win it back multiple times. That's it.
But how does that set you up for the rest of the tournament? You feel more confident now?
I got to be more confident and mindful of even if deflected goals.
And what about your team? How you feel about your teammates' performance today?
I'm proud of them because they didn't give up.
Well, that's good. Congratulations again, and we look forward to more saves in the future.
Thank you.
There you go. And that, of course, was Tyra Gittins there, the Simmons, the player of the game, and certainly an outstanding performance indeed from her. But that is the end of a very long day today, folks, where we've had 4 games here at the Atto Bolden Stadium. It started since about 10 o'clock this morning. And here we are with game number 4. But at the end of it all, Jamaica edging them out, despite the brilliance of this young lady here, to make it a 1-0 final score. So that's the situation here as we look ahead to tomorrow. More action. We'll be back here at 2 o'clock. And we hope you'll be able to join us for that. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors for making it possible. Of course, the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, FLO, of course, the Caribbean Football Union, and FIFA, our partner in all of this. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, Mom.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.